Welcome back. Lots and lots of stocks in focus this Friday morning. So let's straight away get to it. Our team is standing by with the CNBC-TV18 list of top stocks to watch. Lots of business updates have been flowing through. So in fact, let's kick it off with exactly that. Abhishek is joining in to tell us more about names like, I think, Bank of Baroda, Bajaj Finance and many others. Abhishek, good morning.
Good morning. So to begin with, Bajaj Finance, the new loans are up 13.6% YOY and they have declined by more than 11% quarter on quarter. Now, quarter on quarter, it's seasonal in nature for them, with respect to new loans declining. Our customer base has grown by 20.3% YOY and 4.5% quarter on quarter. Now, the benchmark that they have set with respect to AUM growth, this 28.8% YOY looks to be the weakest growth in last 6 quarters and 5.5% sequential growth looks to be the weakest in last 9 quarters. Deposits are up 20.5% YOY and 5.3% quarter on quarter. The cross-sell rate, now that's the lowest that you are seeing in Q2 of a fiscal X of, the COVID time. So the cross-sell rate has declined to 6.2% versus 6.5% YOY and about 7.4% sequentially. With respect to Bajaj Housing Finance, they have given only 2 numbers. So loan assets is up 26.6% YOY and their AUM is up 26.3% YOY and about 5.5% sequentially. So the AUM growth remains strong for Bajaj Housing Finance. Back to you.
Thank you very much for that. Nomura says numbers are broadly in line. They will be watching the Q2 credit costs because, as Jeffries points out, the credit costs have risen for the last 3 quarters. So commentary on credit costs will be key for H2 and FY26. But Mangalam is now joining in to tell us about what Avenue Supermart did in the quarter gone by.
Well, it's a weak update coming in from DMart as well. Why do I say that? Because the revenue growth for the company on a standalone basis has been 14% in the second quarter. It's lower than the 18% that they reported in the first quarter. And more importantly, if you look at the 3-year CAGR, it's around 16.5% as well. So it's lower than that as well. Add to that, year-on-year store additions are 12.2%. Which means that for a 14% revenue growth after a 12.2% store addition, it is weak same-store sales growth as well. For the quarter, they've added 6 stores. For the first half, that makes it 12 store additions. They usually guide for around 40 to 50 stores per year. That puts the onus on the second half for store additions. Currently, it's around 377 right now. The key to track would be how gross margins perform and how their quick commerce arm of DMart Ready performs as well. So I sense the stock would see a fair amount of selling today.
All right, Mangalam, thank you very much for that. Well, let's talk about Bank of Baroda and Mahindra & Mahindra Finances next. Abhishek is here with those. Abhishek, morning.
Morning, Prashant. To talk of Bank of Baroda, after the weak Q1 FY25 that we saw, they have bounced back strongly in Q2 FY25 with respect to their business momentum. Deposits are up 9% YOY and 4.3% sequentially. Domestic deposits are up 7% YOY but 4.1% sequentially. Advances growth is at 11.5% YOY but 6.7% quarter on quarter. So quarter on quarter, the 6.7% growth rate is one of the best that you are seeing in last 23 quarters for them. Domestic advances are 12.5% YOY and 6.5% sequentially. In this, the domestic retail loans that have grown by almost 20% YOY and about 4.5% sequentially. Now, M&M Finance, the disbursements are weak. They are down 1% YOY but up about 3.3% quarter on quarter. The total assets are up 20.3% YOY and about 6% sequentially. The collection efficiency has remained stagnant at about 96%. The gross NPA ratio has inched up to 3.8% versus 3.56% in the previous quarter, and they have inched up their liquidity in the balance sheet, which is now at 8,500 crore, up about 6.5% on a sequential basis. Back to you.
Okay, all right, got it. Thanks very much, Abhishek, for that. Let's move on to Vivek. He's, I think, tracking some developments with respect to renewable energy at CESC, and there is some news on Sundaram Clayton as well. Morning, Vivek. Tell us more.
Good morning, absolutely right. So CESC is the first stock on the radar. So the company's subsidiary has gone ahead and signed a binding term sheet to acquire a renewable energy company called Bajaj Renewable Energy. The acquisition value is at close to 108 crore and the deal is expected to be completed in 9 months. So what is Bajaj Energy? It was incorporated in 2024 to develop renewable energy assets. And what are the assets that they have? Basically, the company has land in place and also they have term sheets in place to go ahead and develop 150 megawatt of solar power projects as well as 300 megawatt of wind projects. So positive there as far as CESC is concerned. Now talking about Sundaram Clayton, again a fundraise over here, the company has launched a QIP to raise funds up to 400 crores. The indicative issue price for this particular fundraise is at 2,205 rupees a share, which implies a little over 6% discount to yesterday's close. Dilution at this particular rate is close to 9% of the total equity share capital. Why is the company raising funds? The company says they intend to go ahead and repay debt as well as for general corporate purposes.
Thank you very much for that. It's over to Vinny now for the latest on EPAC Durable and Ola Electric.
Good morning. So yes, keeping an eye out on EPAC Durable because they've entered into an exciting tie-up for manufacturing for Panasonic Life Solutions. They will be manufacturing PCBA controllers as an EMS provider as well as high-tech critical components from room air conditioners. Normally, they used to be manufacturing these PCBA controllers only for their captive use. So now this is a good entry and foray that marks for the company as an EMS provider as well as an opportunity that opens up for the company in terms of growth avenues and market leadership is what something that they could be watching out for, especially manufacturing for Panasonic. So expecting a green for EPAC Durables. Even Ola Electric, we're expecting a bit of a positive up move there. We've spoken about those two-wheeler discounts coming in during festive season. Now Ola announced and launched its Boss discounting. That's the biggest Ola season sale. This is a campaign for festive season and the company has announced the entry into S1 portfolio for as low as 49,999 rupees. There are a lot of other festive benefits that they will be giving in as well. So keeping an eye out on Ola Electric.
All right, Vinny, thank you very much for that. So that's discounting, which will be in focus as well. Well, let's talk about oil prices, and Manisha is here with what's latest. Manisha, good morning.
Morning, and thank you for that, Prashant. Well, 5% of gains in the crude prices overnight, and we are trading at a one-month high. With that, this is the highest weekly gain that you've seen in perhaps 18 months coming for the crude oil prices. You know, it was a decline of 9% for the month of September, but in the month of October, the crude oil prices have gained up by 9% exact. And with the kind of news that you're getting in from Middle East, perhaps further gains are not ruled out before you see the end of this week. In other commodities, well, because of the dollar index surging to a 6-week high, the service sector data came in better from US. So did the labor numbers as well. That has weighed on in case of metals there. So copper prices fell 2% overnight. Aluminum has come off its 4-month highs. There is some pressure that we've seen come in for gold as well. That one has been trading off its highs for all of this week as well. We haven't seen a new all-time high in gold in this week. So that really has been a difference that we've seen in all of last quarter as well. The markets will watch out for the US non-farm payroll data. That will set the course for further move in many of these commodities.
Okay, all right, absolutely. Commodities on the radar, Manisha. Thank you very much for that. With that, let's quickly recap our list of stocks to watch today. The ones that have positive news flow around them include Bajaj Housing Finance, Bank of Baroda, CESC, EPAC Durable, and Ola Electric, while stocks with negative news flow are Bajaj Finance, Avenue Supermarts, M&M Finance, and Sundaram Clayton. Crude users may be negatively impacted, of course, considering the 5% surge that we saw overnight in prices. We'll take a quick break on that note. Coming up on the other side, we connect with Siddharth Khemka of Motilal Oswal Financial Services for some fundamental stock analysis.